This is Rabbi Ben Herman with another episode of The Jewish Take. Over the years, I've heard the claim that one cannot be buried in a Jewish cemetery if he or she has a tattoo. It's time to separate fact from fiction, get rid of the urban legends, and see what Judaism has to say about tattoos and other body modifications. Judaism holds that we are each created in God's image, which means the body is a gift. It's on loan from God and it should not be altered. But we know it is not a strict prohibition because one of the first commandments is circumcision. Piercings, such as earrings or even nose rings, are permitted in the Torah as a form of adornment. Cosmetics, generally temporary in nature, but certainly alter our appearance, are permitted as well, as is cosmetic surgery, as long as it is not done with the intent to injure. As for tattoos, that's another story. It's clear that Judaism frowns on this. As it says in the Torah, Leviticus 19, you shall not make gashes in your flesh for the dead or incise any marks upon yourself. Even with the biblical prohibition, there's a lot of complexity. In Talmud Makot, there are several arguments on the prohibition, saying it applies only to writing God's name or a pagan deity, as well as arguing whether or not this applies to pictures or just words, whether it applies to colors. What is actually being prohibited here? And Maimonides says the prohibition is only on the tattoo artists, not the one who is getting tattooed. Aside from medical tattoos, such as those for radiation oncology, which clearly are permitted under the principle of pikuach nefesh, or preservation of human life, does Judaism require that one who is tattooed remove that tattoo? The answer might surprise you. No. The prohibition is on receiving the actual tattoo, not the tattoo itself. And there's a story about a number of Holocaust survivors who asked their rabbi, should we remove our tattoos from the concentration camps? And the rabbi said, no, you should wear them as a badge of survival. No pun intended, but let's bury the myth that one who is tattooed cannot be buried in the Jewish cemetery. This folklore likely developed from cemetery workers believing that unidentified bodies with tattoos were not really Jewish. While the basic Jewish principle is not to bury a tzaddik, a righteous person, next to a rasha, an evil person, we don't exclude from burial one who has sinned. Otherwise, there would be no one buried in a Jewish cemetery. I hope that this adds to your base of Jewish knowledge and that we revel in the fact that the Jewish Take is not so much an answer, but a series of discussions that leads to practice.